saw those skills there. 20-yard run, and the Jets in front. We're going to take it out here with Nixon. Keisean Nixon with a hole and up to the 30. First half with 15 seconds left. On a touchdown to Shane Zylstra. And the Packers going to take it on out here with Nixon. And has some room. Good speed for Nixon is out across the 30 as we go downstairs to EA.
They came into this game. They knew their style. They knew they had a small margin for error. And a couple turnovers have led directly to some points.
Here's Nixon. Good seam. Keisean Nixon out across the 30 and up near the 35. That's her.
Josh Lambo to kick off. Backing up a yard into the end zone. Keisean Nixon. And Nixon. Nice little run back out to the 31-yard line. Tripped up by the kick. He said, yeah, but he said, I kicked a lot at sea level as well.
Right.
Short kick, fielded to 32 on a hop. Keisean Nixon gets free into Tennessee territory and runs it back all the way to the 42-yard line. And Stonehouse knocks him out of bounds at that spot.
So often on those big returns, the guy loses his lane. The ball bounces, he gets to the outside, and shows that speed.
Flurries here for the first time in a couple of hours. A lot of hang time on this baby. Caught at the 8. And able to take this one back to the 18-yard line goes Keisean Nixon.
We'll have a story if that happens, right? Return here by Nixon. Across the 30. Nice move. Still on his feet and going across the 40-yard line. So after the Eagles trying to stay ahead in the division and the race for the #1 seed, but Green Bay trying to climb back in it. From 5 deep, Keisean Nixon going to bring it out. Hit it with speed on the right side, and Nixon, good return, still going. Over 50 on the return. He brings it to the 48.
Yeah, we all know about the Green Bay Packers and their special team woes from a season ago, and they've had kicks blocked in about every single way possible this season. But
this week, where he used to coach Indy, and Frank Reich, who was one of his mentors along the way, gets fired. Nick's on the bench, he's yelling, that was for Frank Reich. They love him here. Nixon, good return. Keisean Nixon, look out, kicker past him to the 47-yard line. A long return, and Nixon and Rich Bisaccia's special teams have been very good here tonight in the return game.
he is bringing this thing out from about 7 yards deep in the end zone, and he has proven to be some return man here tonight. Tell you what, that was some play by Wallace to track that one down, or he might have scored.
Keisean Nixon is going to run it out from 5 yards deep. He's got an alley and a good return past the 25 to the 30-yard line. Hicks was there on the
whatsoever, and he could have used it. Riley Dixon will punt it with Keisean Nixon waiting. He's been a good return man since taking over. Line drive punt, little bit of room in front of Nixon. He gets to the edge, good return out near the 32. Third punt of the game for Riley Dixon with Keisean Nixon waiting. High snap. Good job by Dixon to get up and grab it, and then he hits a line drive on a hop. Nixon. Keisean on the return. Into LA territory. First round pick will go to the Lions, which is projected to be, at this point, the 5th pick overall in that Matthew Stafford Goff trade. Here is Nixon. Another big one for Keisean Nixon. Knocked out by the kicker, Matt Gay. He has brought life to the return game for the Green Bay Packers and Rich Bisaccia. And Gay came through and made the stop.
Well, it's a good start by Nixon. He starts up that left side as though it's going to be a straight-up return, and then he busts it to the right side. So he got everybody sucked in towards the middle, and then he's able to break contain out to the right.
The last 4 games, and the Dolphins have really struggled covering kicks. So Jason Sanders boots it down there. Nixon always aggressive, bringing it out. Keisean Nixon does it again. This time he breaks free. Dolphins taking good angles. Nixon keeps it alive inside the 10. He has changed this team. He takes this return 94 yards to the 9-yard line.
The story that Aaron Rodgers shared with us about how big an impact he's made on the team was basically when it went in the end zone, don't return it. Leave it there. Let's take the touchback. Now, what they have with Keisean Nixon, it is everybody's on the sideline. Everybody's excited to see what he's going to do with that return. What a great job.
Well, you talked about it off of the top, Darryl, the energy this team's feeling. And what comes first? Is it the winning or is it the energy? Well, Keisean Nixon might be the answer to that. Option C.
Well, it ends up being just a field goal as the defense on both sides so far. 9 plays, only 12 yards total to both teams combined. No first downs. This is Nixon, who's dangerous. Oh, here he goes! My goodness! He's taking it the distance.
You talked about how dangerous he is. The most kick return yards in the NFL. And he shows it right there. He had a 94-yard kick return last week. And here he is again. Wow.
105 yards. He was injured on that long 93-yard return last week with a groin injury, so it was a little bit questionable this week.
He looked very slow, and he doesn't look like he had enough juice, right?
Look at Joseph try to make an attempt.
He just stiff-armed him like, get off of me.
Keisean Nixon. My goodness. What a momentum turner that is.
Nixon's turned into really the second option.
He's been huge since the trade 2 months ago today. Ryan Wright's punt. That's Nixon picking it up on the hop. And he's covered up by Jackson. Unable to kick it into that special gear. Aaron Rodgers coming back onto the field. He's got the lead. Doesn't have a
football here at Lambeau. Kickoff by Jack Fox. Keisean Nixon, best in the league from the 3. Nixon bouncing it to the outside and pulled down, or at least slowed down, as he gets to the 33-yard on Nixon. My drive kick, very returnable, 40-yarder. Nixon from the 29, takes it to the outside. Look out here. Nixon pushed to the outside, and Malcolm Rodriguez chased him down at the 46-yard line. Good field position for Rodgers here at the end of the quarter.